Hey y'all, I wanted to come back on here and do another video that shows the single crochet back loop only knit stitch. This is basically a stretchy hat, and what this is, you can make headbands, but we make warm, super warm hats, and you double this over. Let me back up just a bit. This is a really long, I don't have a ruler over here. This is a really long hat. It's over 12 inches. So, you still can't see the whole thing. It's over 12 inches, and we got two of them. You fold this up, and then you have, a fuzzy hat on your ears. Hang on just a second. So, here we are. Bear with me. This is the blue. And you just have it. Now you can make it a little shorter so it doesn't have this little knot up there, but you have a stretchy band. I've made quite a few hats with this stitch. And this one here, we do this for when it's really cold, you have a double layer over your ears. And you just have, now this one's a little long too because it has the extra bubble up there. But I kind of like it. I just doubled it over really big, and it's very stretchy. So this is what we're going for. Okay, this is going to be a longer video because I'm going to do it in real time. What we need is a chain. The other thing I said in the other video is you can make fingerless gloves, or you can make leg warmers, or you can make hats with this stitch. You can make all kinds of stuff with this stitch. So we're just going to make a banding that would go, say, just a wristband, just for the heck of it. You want your chain. Okay, so we're going to go 10, we're going to go 12 because the last two are the next stitch, basically. I don't know how to explain that really, but you come back into the third one from here. Let's see if I can get a little bit closer. And it's the wrong angle. Okay, let's try this again. I'm going to see if I can zoom in. This thing is not cooperating. My setup is not the most, what's the word? Useful sometimes. So you've got the stitch you're coming out of, you've got the second one, and you go into this one here. It's going to give you a total of 10 stitches. Okay, now this first row you're just going to do your single crochet. I'm going to try to go slow so it's not too messed up on the visual here. And this is definitely for someone learning a new stitch, not necessarily a beginner crocheter, but this is the single crochet. I'm having trouble grabbing the thread because the camera is actually in front of my face. That's why I'm struggling here. Y'all, it doesn't usually take me that long to grab the thread and pull it through. I'm keeping it in front of the camera, and so therefore the camera is right in front of my nose. Okay, this is where the banding will start as soon as this row is done. Now those last two stitches on the first row that we did, I said you count in, is basically these two chains, because you want that level up. Now here we are going to start in the back row, the back loop only. This is what makes it a knit stitch. We're going to go in the back loop only. Normally on a single crochet you would go through both. Let me just get that out of the way for a second. You would go through both of these. You've got two threads from the other stitch. But this time, doing this knit stitch, you're going to go in the back loop only, not the front loop. So you're going to go in between those 2 stitches. And then you're going to do your single crochet. Now I've seen this in double now. Go in your back loop. I've seen it in double. I've seen it in extended half double. I've seen it in half double. I've still got to learn extended half double. So you go in your back loop, you bring it around, and you do your single crochet. You go in the back loop, bring it around, do your single crochet. And you continue this for as long as you want it to be. Back loop only, single crochet. Now this last stitch is the only one you do different. You go in both pieces of thread because you want the edges to have this straight edge look. Okay, and if you don't go in both in the end, it's going to be real, it's unkept, it's unfinished look to it. So you just go in both on the end and you're fine. You go in both there, and then you do your single crochet, and then it gives you that straight look. So we're going to chain 2, we're going to do 1 more row together, and you don't go in this one you just came out of, you go in the next one. See that? You don't want to go in this very first one that's attached to the stitch you're dealing with. You want to go in the next one over. If you do, you're going to have lumpy edges, and you'll have to just take it out and make sure that you have a straight edge there. I did talk about that a little bit in my sweater part 1 video, because I am going to crochet a sweater. I've got part of it going, and I'm not explaining it here. You go in the back loop, just continue doing it. Now we're at the last stitch again, and we're going to go in both and pull through, because that last stitch makes it square. Now this is how I make dishcloths as well. You can turn this into just a dish scrubber. You can turn it into a bath scrubber. You can turn it into anything that you can make a square or rectangle. And then you just sew together the seams. We're at the last one again, so we want to go here. Now if we went in this last stitch here, I think I showed this on the band of my sweater, and then do this. See, I went in the last stitch like twice basically, and then go here. You automatically see that you have a lump. Now if you want to do that on purpose and do it all the way around, you could. But with this, I'm trying to make a straight edge, and so that last stitch, I want it to be straight. So you go in both stitches in the last one. Otherwise, you go in the back loop only. And also, let me just show you what this one looks like. If you go in the stitch you're in, and then you go in the second stitch, you're also going to get the lump. And you don't want this. You don't want this protrusion out. You want to skip this stitch that you're coming out of and go into the next one. Whoops. Skip this one and go into the next one. Every single row, or you'll have lumps. Unless you want to have those little scalloped edges, like, because you could make it that way if you wanted to. Back loop only. This may be enough to show you the stretch that we get. trying to stay in the view here. And I think this video has gone long enough, and I think I've described it enough with it close enough up. Now we're gonna cut it off. I usually leave a little bit more than that, but then you've got a stretchy band. All the way is stretchy, and you have a straight edge here and a straight edge here, and you just take your needle and you sew your ends in, and that's it. That is a back loop only single crochet stitch. I love this stitch because it makes a hat stretchy. It's kind of like a crocheted knit stitch. Okay, this is a regular red heart 4-ply yarn with a G hook. So there you go. There's your stretchy knit stitch for crochet. Thank y'all for watching, and thank you for keeping up with this channel, and thank you for loving Daisy as much as I do. And y'all have a great 2023. I am already actively working on more videos, so thank you for watching, and we will see you on the next video. Bye-bye.